Did you know that one of the first major dragons in a Nintendo NES game was from Dragon Warriors in Japan in 1986? It became Dragon Warrior over here. It started as Dragon Quest. I'm sorry. Hi, I'm Dragon Queen. Today is a review of Mario Galaxy. We're going to start by talking about the previews that I saw. Live action. It looks just as bad as the TV, if not worse. It looks really bad. It really does. There's the Minions movie, which has no sign of Gru being in it. It looks hilarious, though. It really does. So that might be something I watch. I don't know yet. It's not till July. So we're both kind of simultaneously releasing Moana, the terrible live action, the week before the Minions. Good morning, Ron. We're reviewing Mario Galaxy, and then we're going to address the elephant in the room. We got a Yoshi. I'm tempted to print out a little Bowser to put in there so I can have him sit in the egg. But that'll be down the road. Yeah, it is huge. It's bigger than I thought it would be. And I was quite surprised that they still had any. And even after I got out of the movie, they still had like 5 on the shelf. I'm like, nobody's buying these. Not around here. So yeah, I figured it sounded like I thought they would be all sold out because that's the way Marvin made it sound like, the way you made it sound like. I think it was $60 for the bucket, but my husband got a combo. They had a collector's edition cup, and he got the last Bowser because Bowser's his favorite character. So there is a collector's edition cup that has Bowser on it, and we got the Yoshi together. We were getting drinks anyway, so he paid for the combo. We got a bucket of popcorn to share between the 3 of us, and two extra drinks for like $70 for total for everything. It was $70-$80, something like that. That's for 3 drinks, a popcorn collector's cup. So, I'll take it. Anyway, it is very comfortable. I do have to warn you, I do have 2 dogs today temporarily. Lots of things happening, so that's why I'm on this morning, because I was surprisingly not scheduled for work. I was very shocked. I don't get not scheduled for work, or when it happens, it's when I request off. So me not being scheduled for work today is like a shocker to my system. I don't know how to act. But to get back, yes, what? You are demanding. We're not going outside. We have things going on today. You want to come up here? Come on. My dog demanding attention. Come on. Come on. You can do it. There we go. Come on. Yeah, you see. We got to be in the way again. She likes being she likes being in the way of everything. Hi. Can you get down? Can you get down? Can you get down? Thank you. Thank you. I know. Anyway, to get back to our review, I'm going to try and keep this as spoiler-free as possible. I have some issues. Mainly because I felt like cameo characters overtook this movie. One in particular, without spoiling anything. Yeah, a lot of people are allergic to dogs, Ron. A lot of people. Um, but sometimes it is what it is. Um, so yeah, I felt like one cameo character in particular overtook the movie. Um, they extended their presence way too long. I felt, especially considering the first movie, it wasn't Princess Rosalina. It wasn't. It wasn't. She wasn't the one that I felt like overtook the movie. Um, I want to say that I did appreciate the other cameos. They were very brief. I won't spoil any of those. Uh, but overall, there was a story. Then there was a side quest, which I didn't feel like we needed the side quest. Um, and then I kind of had a little bit of a problem with the overpowering of the princesses. Why? Why? I didn't feel like that was ever a part of their stories, originally, anyway. So I did like the Bowser and Bowser Jr. dynamic. I kind of agree with Pro a little bit. I wish they had a song just the two of us singing together, so that they could have a magical time while they're. Yeah, I'm aware who's in the movie. I'm aware. No, I meant all the nostalgia characters. Yeah, I noticed them all, and I did crack out laughing at them. I'm just that I do remember the I remember the really early versions of those. My cousins had the collector's edition when it came out, and I laughed so hard. Laughed so hard. Um, Overall, it's a good movie. The kids were laughing. They were having fun. The theater was packed. There wasn't an empty seat. I got mine like Wednesday once I knew my husband wasn't going to jury duty, which we kind of given the holiday that nobody's going to start a trial before Easter. So I ended up getting our things Wednesday. Overall, I'd say this movie is about an 8 out of 10 for me, just because it's kind of like I liked it, but I felt like a cameo character took up way too much of the movie. I mean, I don't know what else to say other than spoiling the cameo character, and I don't like. I didn't watch Hoppers. I had no interest in watching Hoppers. None. I saw the previews and it said Avatar 2.0 and animation 4. So I did not watch it. I didn't watch it. I had no interest in it. So it's not going to happen. I may be watching the Minions movie when it comes out because that looks fun. I won't be watching the terrible live action Moana because it looks terrible. It looks worse in the theater. It looks worse. I might go see Mando and Grogu just because I get the free drink and popcorn because of where it lands in the holiday season for me. Because it falls around my birthday. I think it comes out the week before my birthday, so I might get free popcorn and soda during that week. So I might go see it during a discount day to get the free. Yeah, it's a month away. I ain't worried about it. Um, but we got a lot going on today. This is why I'm also so early. Otherwise, I still would have probably saved this till like 10:30 Eastern, but they're supposed to come by and finish cleaning up a yard from the tornado. They got a couple things. Yeah, it's Easter Monday. Got a couple things that they need to clean up from my yard. They got supposed to come. Yeah, that was last year. Didn't you know that? I got hit by the tornado last year in March. There's still a couple things that they got to clean. They're going to finally clean up the last bit of it today, supposedly, allegedly. And then on the list of things my husband broke, yeah, yeah, that's why I started YouTube. That's why I started doing YouTube. It's because literally March 14th, I live in Missouri. That's why I know. Oh, I live in the Midwest. Yes, I know. I'm very much I'm very much close to where you used to live without revealing any information. But I love it here, you know. But yes, March 14th we got hit last year. I was literally dehomed because they kicked us out of the house. It was a whole sort of nonsense, and that's why I had to get a freaking lawyer because our insurance didn't want to pay up. It was a but they're supposed to be by the yeah. I went. I'm nowhere near Springfield. I'm closer to the zoo, uh, the zoo and the arch. That's where I'm at. But yeah, they're supposed to finish cleaning up today. They're supposed to fix the garage door that my husband broke. Yeah, list of things my husband breaks. It's growing. He's broken a tub. I've not replaced that yet. He's broken the side door on the garage. Not replaced that yet. He broke the real garage door. At least that one's under warranty, but it shouldn't have done what it did, so I'm not blaming him on that one. He broke the stove yesterday. I can't with him. He has yeah, I don't pay attention to that crap. There's reasons why I don't pay attention to the politics around here. I don't get into that because my husband still, or not my husband, the elder dragon still lives in an area that I'd love to cover. I'd love to cover that, but he still lives there, so it's kind of like I'd rather not put his life at risk. Yeah, he has a strength like no other man. He literally picks up 1,000-pound weights every single day because of his job. Mm-hmm. Let's just say he's OSHA certified. Yeah, he does everything. He was very required to work during COVID because without him, your stuff wouldn't get to the stores or the medical field or any of that. Without going into details of what my husband does, yeah, without him, a lot of stuff would break down. He's technically, his term is a service technician. What he works on is scales. Every kind of scale you can imagine. Yeah, he's not good at fixing things. That's why I don't trust him with my power tools or any tool. He will break it. He doesn't mean to break it. He just does. He barely touches anything and it just snaps. It's like, how? He doesn't have a finesse about him. He just smash. I can't. So we're gonna have to try to either A, replace the part for the stove because he broke the outer door trim, which I've looked up sort of, and it's not cheap. And or buy a new stove, which the stove, to be fair, has been in the house since we moved in, which is like 7 years now. 8 years? 8 years. 8 years. Been a while. So pretty much the only new things we don't have in our house is the stove, the furnace, and the air conditioner. Everything else is brand new. So there's that. Yeah, things I'm working on. We'll get on that. I'm working on a logo for my channel. Hopefully I get to 50 subscribers so I can release that. That would be a goal. I'm working on an intro into my live stream. I've got 5 seconds so far. I haven't decided to keep that or not. I'm still trying to find a new editing software that I like. I haven't found anything so far. Nothing that's not going to cost me an arm and a leg. And I don't like paying an arm and a leg for stuff. So I like to keep my eyes open. As I've said in super chats, no, we never really got fish from anywhere but the church. I'm very Catholic. Well, was raised Catholic anyway. So we'd go to my mom was super picky about her foods. So we couldn't go anywhere that was not approved. But I'm building Rocky. I'm going to be building Rocky from Project Hail Mary. I intend. Yeah, I was still alive, Ron. Yeah, I was alive in 1986. I'm building Rocky. I'm using a animatronic that's already out on the market. And we're going to repurpose that when it gets here to look like Rocky and sound like Rocky, hopefully. Basically, I'm taking Thing. Yeah. Go ahead. What would help me, Ron? Because I'm moving to 10:30 in between. I'm moving in between. My whole goal is to move in between Culture and that Park Place on Mondays, maybe Wednesdays, depending. So, because I'm not going to be at 1:00 on Tuesdays anymore. I didn't know how long Pro would be, so I was like, maybe I can make it work, but it's kind of like I'm tired. I don't want to do it at the after 9. I don't know. I don't know about that. I kind of do the vertical videos, and sometimes YouTube puts them as shorts for whatever reason. And it's kind of like, But maybe when I get, maybe when I get the thing from Wednesday, maybe when I start doing that, that'll be a vertical live stream. So that way people can see that they can do this too. It won't be hard. So if they want a Rocky of their own, they can, because I got the one with the remote wrist thing. So that way when it walks across the thing, you can control it with the remote control. I also got a motion sensor sound clip. Yeah. So that way when he moves, he can make noise. And I got to get a hold of an organ so I can play the notes for Rocky. I am on X. It's on my community tab. I just don't use it enough. I use it to tag Pro. I use it to tag Culture. All my information is on my community tab. I have an email I put up there. So I am on X. It's number 1 Dragon Queen, I believe, off the top of my head. It's literally a picture of my tattoo on my arm of a dragon. That's what it is. Until I can get my logo done, which I hope to do this week, but we'll see. Yeah, sure. That's fine. I just need to know when because I can't do nights because of when I work. That's nights are hard. I go to sleep roughly around 7 p.m. because of I get up at 3 a.m. because of my job. So it's fun, but it's it has its perks. I don't. So that's the perks of that job. I don't have to deal with nobody. I don't have to deal with nobody. But those are my goals for the week. Hopefully, I had to also buy a new phone, so that was there. It's like this was before my husband broke the stove, so it's like I'm paying a lot of stuff right now, paying off the con, paying on a phone. I bought a phone. So yeah. Yeah, I don't mind staying up Thursday night, but the only one to watch is like Marvin, and it's like that stream. It feels like they go off on tangents and they never come back. Don't tell Marvin. uh, so I usually watch that on replay. Well, good seeing you, Ron. Anyway, but yeah, I think next week we're gonna try for Wednesday at 10:30 right now, Eastern Standard Time, because of Monday request off. But it's my husband's birthday, so I don't know if he was taken off or what. If he hasn't taken off, then we'll do a 10:30 Eastern Standard Time stream then. If he has, I plan on spending the day with him. So that's the goals for next week. We are watching the War of Rohirrim. Yay! I look forward to that. I've heard so many awful things. Surprisingly, my husband didn't think it was that terrible, but we'll see how it goes. Other than that, I have nothing else for the day, and I hope you all have a good day. Till next time, hugs for all.